back out there and see if I can get her back. She was like, "Dude, you are stripped from your powers."
Hey, she was done at that moment. At that moment, she was like, I don't care what you say right now. My daughter is gone. So, like,
I love how everybody else on the side was kind of sitting there like, oh, she didn't get that memo. We got her. Oh, does she not know what's about to happen?
Right.
Because it said it on the email. You will be stripped.
The itinerary, like the whole
itinerary saying.
Like we all here for your stripping of your pot.
We didn't know they didn't tell you. Oh, my fault.
Oh shit!
All right, y'all. Now let's get into our next segment, man. Okay, this is something I'm introducing to you, Dion. Deuces is a little bit familiar with this, and it is called Fantom Fiction. Fantom Fiction, in my head, is like the lab that we go into and we create, fix things that have been made, that we can improve things people haven't heard of, ideas that we just like to bounce around and just make into something. So hopefully one day, one of these big people come take it and we got the proof and we can sue shit out of them, or then make them hire us to go work for them. Right. That's it. And this one is no different. So I want to know from y'all, we're talking about Wakanda Forever. So there had been talks that there was going to be a Wakanda series that was going to happen. So I want to know, what we're going to do in this Fantom Fiction segment is I want to know what kind of series what would be the best Wakanda type series based off of, these are the questions we'll go off of. What time should it be in it? What time should it be set? Should it be a present day? Should it be in the future? Should it be in the past? Who should the series focus on? Or what should the series focus on? Also, appreciate that. Also, who will this tie into the MCU, or will this be something that's kind of like a standalone within the Marvel universe? And who would you like to see as a cameo or a reveal in this series?
So these are I'm ready. All right.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. I just want to get y'all opinion, and then we'll try to decide which one is the best one out of them. What time period would you want to see this Wakanda series take place?
So for me, with the choice that I'm picking, I would like to see, there's two options. I would really like to see a prequel before the events of Black Panther, but we can do in between movies as well for what the idea that I have.
Okay. So what time set are you going in again?
I'm going prequel before the events of Black Panther.
Okay, for the first one.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Dion, what about you?
I would love to see where the asteroid comes in.
Ooh. So you want to see the first Black Panther?
Yeah. Let's see how it all came about. How did they treat it? How did they act? How did they build the whole city? Like the the tribes, how they kind of came about.
That's Bashinga, right?
Yeah. I would love to see that, man. But the only problem is it won't connect to anything to the Marvel universe unless Bashinga comes back to help somebody in the third Black Panther or something like that.
It technically can. We'll get into that. I got ideas for yours on how we can connect.
Yeah. So I'm kind of in that same boat, leaning towards Dion, something in the past. I'm a little bit forward though, so I want to be there after the comet hits and we already got like that first Black Panther there, because I want to see like how they come to all these tribes to get used to that, and because again, like all of these people were equal till this happened, and then that's what kind of made them come together, and then the Jabari split. So I want to see like where we are right then at that time when we got this new Black Panther. Turmoil is a little bit high, and you got some more drama to it and stuff like that. So I'm between that time.
So let me ask you this: when did the Black Panther in the comic books? when did it actually land? Like, was it during the time of like when white people was colonizing? Yeah, colonizing. Was it that during that
I'm
time?
not 100% sure.
That would be fucked up. They didn't do nothing.
I'm not 100% sure because like
well, in the cinematic one, it's 10,000 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They still ask for seeing their fellow countrymen being enslaved. They're like, hey, that's nothing to do with us. They ain't go all the way into the Wakanda.
Right. I mean, yeah. But I think the same thing can be said about like protecting your own when it comes to that. Like, it's just like too, it's the land. It's like it's not just about the people too. So it's like, they wanted the land and they couldn't take them from that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then during that time, if we think about the superheroes in general, I think the only ones that would have been active would have been the Eternals.
Yeah.
10,000 years ago, it would have had to be the Eternals.
Yeah, Eternals would have been there. And I think that too, I think something that Deuces may have pressed on. So I'm gonna just kind of throw that out there. I think that's what can help that tie into the can tie into the MCU is because it can backtrack to cameos like that, like the Eternals, or who else was there during that time that may lead to some stuff. Because it's like, what if there's an already thing that's kind of like Hydra? Because we don't know what Red Skull got Hydra from. Like, no offense to him, he don't look that bright to have started that. I'm sorry. I feel like he had a book or a reference or something around that time. And then too, like, who's to tell what mutants were there during that time?
True. And what I was actually going to lean into was the ancestral planes, like getting into that ancestral planes about what it is, the creation of it, when people learn about it, how to tap into it. Like, that's a way it can tie into the MCU as well.
Even the Moon Knights, because around that time we still had those avatars that were being selected.
You're right.
So we could also jump into that type of stuff of like actually seeing these gods, because it looks like from watching Moon Knight and watching a lot of these other stuff, even like with Wakanda Forever, it's like the gods themselves have these avatars. Like Namor is like the feathered serpent god's avatar, and he's drawing his power from him. So it's like even seeing them interact with these people, like we saw Moon Knight's folks.
We also forget about the 10 rings and that whole scenario. Yeah, so there was a whole lot. So because but mine will be a little bit further up, because I would love to see the rise of M'Baku.
Ooh.
That would be the series that I would like to see. I can see
that. Okay, so we are split between semi future, present with back in the past, and I think we could create two of those.
True, but if for the game purposes, you're where you and Dion is landing, I'm definitely willing to flesh that out more.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the time frame of in the past, like 10,000 years ago. We're between the time of when the meteor hit and a little bit after when the meteor hit. So we dwell into that time. Okay, so who do you think the story should focus on, or what should it focus on? Should it be particularly onto one person, like how it was with T'Challa, or should it be kind of about an ensemble cast like Wakanda Forever?
I think all the tribes. I think they should have the same tradition of like who's going to be king of Wakanda, and then just the breakup of the five. Is it five of them?
I believe so. The river tribe, the red one with the dreads, the one Okoye's from, the Jabari.
Yeah, there's five.
Yeah, and then the people that Shuri and them are with.
Yep, the river tribe, the mining tribe, the merchant tribe, the border tribe, and the Jabari tribe, or it's just the mountain tribe.
Yeah,
I think the five of them. The first episode should just be about the division of the five, but also working together. Some sort of mediated person that kind of be like, we did not build this up, blah blah blah. Then there's always a stubborn person that was like, you know what, we're better than them, they're showing like the friction between all the tribes.
Yeah.
And then right when the episode ends, you see that meteor coming down, and then just like, you know, really cause division, but also unity of like, what is this? We're blessed. Like something happened for them to be like to receive this sort of blessing, but also, you know, should we keep it? Should we share it with the world? Should, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even mind that as a season finale though.
Wow.
Like because even how he talk about like we on some now like some Game of Thrones type stuff.
Ooh.
So it's like we're seeing these different tribes, what they bring, how they act, and how they respond to stuff. And then right at the end, it's like that's your big bad, this meteor. Right?
Yeah, because you know what? In season 2, because knowing that the Jabari tribe doesn't subscribe to the Black Panther rulings, like they're the only tribe that are really, because they follow the white gorilla, you know. So now season 2 is the Black Panther, the first Black Panther trying to establish the rule, the lay of the land, but then that division between the 4 tribes and the Jabari tribe, who still has not, you know, come accustomed to the new ruling of the land.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's
And then that could be season 3 where it's the battle between the Jabaris and them.
Yeah,
now you see them big fights because it's like now we retreat into the mountains.
Yeah,
and it's like, yo, we don't want to be a part of this. Like we get it, we see what y'all trying to do. We just don't mess with it. We out.
Ooh, this is good. Now we can show them like we're building up Wakanda. We're showing the resources of what it is and how valuable it is. Should we go out? We should have them like an early Killmonger person that's kind of like, man, we got to get this. We can sell this. We can make so much money. Like let's figure out how to keep this to us.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
to hear the slavery that's happening. Whoo! Of like, should we help? Should we help? Like, that's not our fight.
That's not our fight. Yeah.
That's a great story, man.
Yes,
that is. Oh my God, that is a really amazing story, because like even when you wrap up the whole series, I mean, eventually we see that the Jabari tribe does work with the 4 tribes. They still don't conform to the traditional like rulings of the Black Panther, but they still is Wakanda forever. So the whole series finale, when we finally wrap it up, is that whatever deal is like, look, we are still going to be in these mountains. However, you know what I'm saying? When y'all need us, we here. You know, like
And then don't forget too, based off of the comic book, if that's what they want to throw in there too, you could lead into a season 4, season 5 before we get to that part, because that meteor is supposed to have come from the Jabari tribe.
Oh yeah,
the Shatari. I'm sorry, the Shatari. And so one of them seasons could be they actually come down to try to take that stuff back from them, and now you got this battle between Wakanda and the Shatari.
Ooh, wow. and then foresighting Wakanda forever, you could have wherever the other meteor fell at the same time. Because remember, the whole reason that vibranium is in both with you know, the Talons and Wakandians is because the meteor didn't just land in one place. You know, there's vibranium everywhere. So like you don't even have to go deep into that. That can be one of those Easter egg moments, like, oh snap, oh there go the other one. Like, oh